Hey guys, it's Armando Oziel here. We are doing another video in my electronic computer and cell phone recovery series. We're basically going to be recovering the gold, which is 24 karat gold, 0.5 micron inches thick, off of this copper plated stuff. Now this stuff happens to be the edges or the connecting pieces, as they say in slang, fingerboards or fingers. Now these fingers, if you take a look closely, without me losing any, are pretty much 24 karat gold, which is electroplated very heavily onto this green stuff, which happens to be copper. Now the reason we're using this just as a little intro is because it's probably the best conductor. Actually, silver is the best conductor in the world. However, we don't use silver because, as we know, in computers and electronics, there's fans and all kinds of stuff. It gets humid, moisture. The silver will oxidize. If it oxidizes, you're going to lose that conductivity element and your device will stop working. So to combat that, the manufacturers are actually forced in a way to use gold as a conductor. Copper is used as well, however, in certain places and components that need high data speed transfer rates, such as RAM, finger cards in your CPU, and all that different stuff require gold. Now what they do is, instead of using a full solid piece of gold, is take 24 karat gold. Now remember, some people think that this stuff is plated. It's not plated gold, folks, because if it is plated, well, guess what? Your device will not work. Only plated gold you'll find is in jewelry that's cosmetic, that people just don't want to buy at an expensive price. However, when you're dealing with electronics that cost you $1,000 for an iPhone 6, or a nice laptop that's $500 with dual core and whatever core, you're going to have gold. Now, reason they use gold is because I said it doesn't tarnish. It won't lose that element of conductivity easily, but they have to do it in a way where they don't use a lot of gold, because as we know, it's about $1,300, $1,400 an ounce. So they've came up with a way to make a very thin layer and electroplate it to the copper. So remember, first of all, you're recovering 24 karat gold, sometimes a little bit less, 18, 21, but in some events, you have pure gold. Now the best thing to work with is the RAM fingers. If you take your RAM fingers inside the computer, those modules, and you can just take a tin snip, you can actually cut them very closely. Now if you see, I've done that properly, but you can get any kind of tin snipper and just regular pair of scissors won't work. Go get a pair of tin scissors or one of those sharp pliers, and you should be able to cut it as nice as possible. Now, without getting into too much detail and wasting your precious upload, download data speeds, I want to just go over what the necessary steps are to get going, and then we'll continue in other videos how the process continues on with other things. So, basically what I'm going to do is show you the things we need. This is muriatic acid. Muriatic acid you can get at Home Depot, Home Hardware, Canadian Tire. It's basically a driveway cleaner. However, the name muriatic acid doesn't sound too bad, but when you read it in French, thanks to our Canadian laws, you see something that says acide chlorhydrique, which is another word of hydrochloric acid. Now, if that was hydrochloric acid, people probably wouldn't buy it, right? But since we don't speak French, well, most of us don't, muriatic acid seems okay. So they use that word. However, this is very dangerous, and it's a cleaning, etching, and descaling solution. However, when it's by itself, it's not too bad. But if you add a 3% hydrogen peroxide mix, it becomes nasty. So what I'm about to do, please don't try at home. This is for instructional purposes only. I don't want any emails of burnt fingers, smelly houses, and things that I just wouldn't want to happen to you. So if you do decide to do this, please take the necessary precaution, research what I'm about to do, and just have a common sense in mind, please. Thank you. And a lot of effort goes into making my videos, and I just would hope that people who appreciate my work and what I do would take the necessary patience and steps to investigate and research and see what you can do to make sure that it's safe. If you want to send me an email or drop me a line, I'd be happy to give you a one-on-one how to do it. Okay? So without further ado, muriatic acid, okay, hydrogen peroxide, and that's it for now for acids. Next, you're going to get the RAMs and the fingers that go inside the computer, audio cards, video cards, parallel cards, other cards, whatever. RAM modules, snip them off, keep the gold-plated fingers, put them aside. Once you collect enough, this is about 20 or 30 different pieces of RAM and about 10 different cards, you can actually start to make some money. So now what we're going to do is pretty much put some of this stuff and get it to work. Keep in mind, if you were to pour the muriatic acid alone, it may work, but it may take a week or two to actually do anything. So what we're going to do is speed up the process by using the hydrogen peroxide, and some magic happens. Open it up. Now again, you should be wearing gloves. I don't have to because I'm an experienced professional doing this for years. So please, when you do this, wear your gloves because I don't want anything to happen. You're basically going to put 1 to 1. So I got here a nutrition protein shaker, which I will not be drinking. And I'm going to put about 8 ounces and another 8 ounces. So 8 and 8 is 16. So I'm going to put to the line 8. And let's take a look. A little bit more. Okay, close your acid immediately. Make sure it doesn't fume. Put it away. So we're going to put it away underneath, out of the arm's reach. Hydrogen peroxide. This is the next step. Put another 8 ounces. So we got the line. Let's take a look. And we'll stop at 16. See, as you can tell, as soon as I add that hydrogen peroxide, look, you see a little bit of fumes going. This is now an active solution to etch. Immediately take your fingers and put them in. Take the RAM. And put it in. Close your hydrogen peroxide. Sorry about that. Put it away with your muriatic acid and cover it right away. You don't want the fumes to start going everywhere, or else it may start to smell. Okay, so now we got about 8 ounces of muriatic acid, 8 ounces of hydrogen peroxide. We have something here called poor man's acqua regia. Acqua regia is basically the solution the Italians used a very long time ago to strip away gold from other alloys. Some copper, some brass, whatever the case. If you can see already, it's starting to turn a little bit of a greenish color. That greenish color is actually the green copper on those fingerboards that's reacting with the acid. Basically what we're going to be doing here is shaking it a little bit to activate and mix up the acids together. When it's just left alone, it may take a little bit longer. So you want to agitate it every hour or two and look at starting to reactivate. Okay, so now we got a greenish looking solution, and pretty much the magic is taking place. We're going to cut this video short, like I said, into different elements. So this is the first step. Please make sure to keep your safety in mind. Check out my website. You can find it under the description of the video. If you want to email me, my email is in the description of the video as well. You can give me a call. I'd be happy to give you a one-on-one, step-by-step, safe way of doing this to make money. I've been making thousands of dollars using this method. It's very simple, it's very dangerous, but it's very profitable. And I would love to show you how to do it properly. So, you can reach me on my Facebook. Look up Armando Oziel on Facebook, Armando Oziel, which is on Facebook. You'll see me there, add me as a friend, and I'll be happy to help you out. In the meantime, you want to put this probably in an area where you have something called a vent. This vent will now allow any excess fumes that's coming from here, even though it's very little at this point, to escape. You're going to leave this for about a couple of hours, shake it, another couple of hours, shake it again, and after about 12 to 24 hours, we're going to have a solution that looks a lot darker, but with most of the gold off of those fingers. And then you will check out my next video, which will show you the next step. So thank you for watching. Please make sure you like the video. If you do want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. And I do look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions, comments, or just would like to get more information, please give me a shout. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.